Why do we stay in relationships that are clearly not working? Well, I've thought about this for a little bit, and there's three main reasons why people stay in relationships. They probably know these too. Let's list them off. So, right here, the first one is comfort. You are comfortable where you're at right now. You are in a relationship, whether it is 3 months, whether it's a year, whether it's 5 years. You are comfortable with this person, right? So, you rely on them saying goodnight to you. You rely on them coming over at 6 o'clock every night. And you're so used to that schedule that it scares you what it's going to be like if that schedule is no more. You guys are no more. There's one. Two, fear of being alone, fear of not being with them, fear of something new. This is totally real. Everyone has experienced this. I've experienced this. When you've been with somebody for so long, or even whatever the amount of time is, you're going to fear when you think it's time to leave, or you fear that they are going to leave you. You fear them not being there. You fear being alone. You fear, what am I going to do now that they're gone? I'm not attractive enough. I can't find somebody else. I'm so used to them. You fear that. Third thing, you hope that everything with you guys can just go back to normal. Now, let's think about this, okay? It probably won't. And here's why. From past experiences and knowing stuff just throughout the years, people can change. And normally how relationships end, unless it's some horrible thing that happens and then you guys just have to end things because of that, but normally how relationships end, at least in my experience, on good terms, is through time. Time kills. And nowadays, the 3 month honeymoon phase isn't 3 months. It's a year, 2 years, So it's getting worse. But here's how they end, right? And I'm not saying you are in the right, because you might be in the wrong, the person that's watching this. You need to understand that. But let's just think that you are mostly in the right. You will notice that person start to change, whether that is the course of changing throughout 6 months, whether they change in a day, whether they change in a week, or whatever the case may be for you, you will notice that person changing a little bit. You might be changing as well. You guys might be growing apart. You might be growing closer, and that's great, but we're not talking about that. And that's generally how things will end. And it's just a matter of how quickly you can realize that things are changing, or I guess that person has changed and you can't be with that person anymore. And it's as simple as that. But there's a few reasons why, you need to leave, but you might not, or it might be delayed because of these three reasons: comfort, fear of being alone, and hope that everything will go back to how it used to be. Believe me, that one is massive. Massive. Because it was so perfect in the beginning. It was, wasn't it? Because, I think that's how it is for everybody most of the time. You have a great relationship, it's perfect. Everything's perfect. And then, it's maybe a little not perfect. And then, it's not perfect. But it can be, right? I think it might be able to be. Do you? You can't think like that, guys. You really can't. And I have fallen in this trap multiple times myself. I'm not here to tell you I've succeeded in this the first time, or I've made the right choices. I'm here to try to tell you, and assist you in making the right choice, and essentially doing this one thing, or doing these things will do this one thing that I'm about to tell you, and that is save time. Your time is everything. And although you might be missing out on comfort and you're afraid to be alone, think about the time that you will waste if you truly know that you can't be with somebody and you stick with them for a little bit longer. And that little bit longer, the month, turns into 6 months, which turns into a year. And then you're having the same talk with this person, but instead of, today, it's a year from now. And that's 365 days. It's so many hours, so much time that is gone in a sense. Not saying in that time you would have, ran off and found somebody else and done it. You very well probably would have. But what I'm saying is that is a year of, or whatever, how much time it is. Any time you add on to something that you know isn't going to work, in fear of just losing them, being alone, having things maybe go back to normal, that time is time that is just wasted. And this could not be the case for you. You could really rekindle things and it could be back to normal. So do not take this, if you really think that. But you have to know, you will know deep down. You will have a spot in your head where you will be like, it's not going to get better. And if you have that, it won't. And I'm not saying your goal here should be to fix your mindset to where you don't have that. I'm saying if you have that thought in the back of your head, you are right. You're not overthinking anything. You're right. If you know deep down stuff isn't going to get better, stuff isn't going to work, that's how it's going to be. And any more time on top of that is wasted. So here's what you guys need to do. If you're going through something like this and you're at a point where, you think it might be time to separate. You think it might be time to move on to the next thing, go to the next chapter in your life, but you are afraid of the three things. You're afraid of losing comfort. You're afraid of being alone, and you are afraid of, or then you're not afraid of it. You think that things can go back, which is totally natural, guys. It's totally natural. I felt that too. But the reality is, if you have that little person in the back of your mind telling you that it's not going to be normal again, 99% of the time it won't be normal again. You need to listen to your instincts. You need to. And I can't stress that enough, guys. I can't stress that enough. It's hard. It's going to be tough, but I kid you not, give it a week. And give it a week, guys. Give it a week, and you will feel much better about yourself. And if you don't, and you don't feel better about yourself in a month, then maybe you fucked up. No, I'm just kidding. You'll feel better. If you don't, just get to the gym, do something. But clear your mind, figure out what you want, execute on it, move forward. Don't waste time, guys. Don't waste time. That's the one thing you can't do in this life, okay? Do not waste time. I will see you in the next one. Hope you guys learned something from this. Drop me a comment with anything else that I should be making videos on. If you feel that way, let me know how you thought about this video. Subscribe, I appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.